Hello. Hello, hello, hello. My name's Clamative Joe. Hello, hello. My name's Clamative Joe. Welcome back to a Minecraft stream on the Clamative Joe YouTube channel. A bong, bing, 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 bong. Welcome to this channel. I have no idea what this song is, but ladies and gentlemen, it is shit. Welcome. Hello, Skatepunk. Welcome back to the Legacy stream. The new stream, guys. I do apologise, guys. I just want to break this. The last video I made was how to make working Christmas lights. So, are you excited for your next Premier League match? Everton-Chelsea. I think we might beat them. Everton have a good record against Chelsea. I don't know. At the moment, I think Everton should win. Well, a draw would be nice. A draw would be nice from the Chelsea and Arsenal games. But Everton have a good record against Chelsea. So Everton over the years have historically been quite they got quite a nice record against Chelsea. They have beat Chelsea numerous times over the years. One of the worst times Everton have lost was the FA Cup final of 2009, which Everton went 1-0 up in 27 seconds, which is the fastest FA Cup goal in history. Well, it was until Ilkay Gundogan scored in the 13th seconds. Yeah. Hello, Calamity Lord Official, welcome to the stream. Sorry for being late, it's alright. Well, Cole Palmer's a good player. Chelsea's got a good player, but their discipline levels recently have been shocking. That's having like 6 or 7 red cards in your first 15-18 games is bad. Normally, if you have a ridiculous amount of red cards during a season, if you have a lot of red cards, normally you get fined. The most red cards in a Chelsea the most red cards in a season is like 13 or something like that. Chelsea, I think, will break that this season because they've already got like 30. They've already got like 6 or 7 now. I think it's 6. I'm so bored. Can I recommend something to build? Yeah, of course. But yeah, welcome to the stream, guys. I was streaming on Bedrock, but then the game started. My RAM started to lag on my Switch. It won't lag for you guys if you guys buy the channel membership. It won't lag for you guys because your consoles and computers are probably stronger than my Switch. Well, more powerful. But, you know. There we go. So, yeah, you have every single build. You have every single build, guys, on this world. You have every single build, bar a couple of the newer ones. So how is everybody on this stream? Well, it's probably better than the Switch. Can you build a Jollibee restaurant? What is a Jollibee restaurant? Oh, guys, I've got a shop to show you. Guys. We built a new shop. We built it on stream the other day. We built a shop on stream the other day because we were bored. We built sex. Yeah, we built sex. If you don't know what it is, it's a video game, a computer electronics store from the UK. Basically, they sell secondhand stuff. Basically, if you want to get rid of your electronics, you can sell them to them. Joe, can we fucking hell? Jesus. Yeah, some people prefer to call it Kex or CEX, but the name is actually Sex. Which is kind of funny. Yeah, good shop. Well, the shop's good. The shop's good, Red Lord. I buy all second-hand films and video games from there. I bought Minecraft Dungeons and Minecraft Legends from there actually, and FIFA 22. I bought FIFA 22 for 20 quid from there. I've got a film on my desk called The Book Thief. It's a great film if any of you've never watched it. I bought it in there for £1. I bought it in there for £1 English. It's Dungeons good. I haven't played it. I bought it like 2 years ago. I just haven't had a chance to play it. But the Jollibee, I'm not going to build the Jollibee because I have no idea what it is. I don't have a clue what it is. I wouldn't want to butcher and get it wrong. Hello Pex Roblox, welcome to the stream. But yeah, I wouldn't want to build that just because in case I get it wrong. If you get what I mean, Calamity Lord Official. In case I got it wrong. In case I got it, it's 360 edition. No, it's Nintendo Switch edition, but it's done by the same people that did 360 edition. How you doing, bro? I'm doing really good. How are you? So yeah, it's not 360 edition. It's the Switch edition, but it's that's good to see. Welcome to the stream. We've just literally started streaming 7 minutes ago, everybody, because I streamed on Bedrock for a bit. I streamed on Bedrock for a little bit. And the game just started lagging and wouldn't stop lagging, so I've opted to switch to here. Guys, everybody on here right now, we're aiming to hit 8k by my birthday. We're 431 away. Can we do it? Oh no, we're not. We're 429 away. The screen has not changed for me. The screen hasn't changed for me. Thank you to the people who subscribed. That's really kind of you. You just got a new look. Oh, thank you. That's really kind of you. Yeah, we're aiming to hit 8k by my birthday. So we got 17 days to try and hit 8k. We're not that far away though, guys. We're only 420. Okay. Juicy chicken. Do you mean just chicken? You can't call chicken juicy. Unless they've shoved stuff over it. But chicken doesn't have juice, it's just chicken. Guys, out of curiosity, how would you cook a chicken? What would you do before you cook chicken? You play no... No, I'm playing on the Nintendo Switch. Raw. No, honestly, so when I was in college, we had a person in my class turn around and tell me that before he cooks chicken, he washes it. And it made me think, how many people are doing that, despite the fact that even... So, it made me think afterwards, how many people are doing that, despite the fact that it says on chicken... Despite the how many people are doing that despite the fact that it says do not wash on the chicken? because yeah, it's interesting. This guy in my classroom said that. I'm like, how many people are doing that in the world? Well, how many people are doing that despite the fact that it says on chicken, do not wash? Because washing your chicken is that before you cook it, it's washing the bacteria off. So the bacteria that's on that chicken is not on the food, but it's in your kitchen. Washing chicken washes the bacteria off. Washing chicken washes the bacteria off and spreads the bacteria into the bacteria that would have just died in cooking the chicken. The bacteria now goes around the kitchen. I'm like, chicken does say that. It does say on chicken, do not wash, which is a really interesting one. Why? How is everybody on this stream? Hello, A Hill. Welcome to the stream. So basically, it's cross contamination. Yeah, it's cross contamination. It is cross contamination. So basically, washing chicken basically washes the bacteria off. I'm good. What about you? I'm really good. Thank you for asking. That's really kind of you. Are you searching up Job? No, I wasn't searching it up. I muted myself because I went to grab a jumper. I'm feeling really, really cold. I've got to go take a shower. I've got to go take a shower. I'll be back soon. That's all right. My nose, guys. It's so cold, guys. I've had to put a jumper on. Oh. There we go. That's very, very, very... Right, I'm back. Sorry. Yeah, sorry, I went AFK for a moment because there was a loud noise in the background. And I went down to go and get a drink. Yeah. Yeah, I'm back. Are you AFK? Yes, I am. I was, but I'm back. I do apologise. I had to go AFK for a moment. I went to get a drink, but there was a really loud noise in the background. Basically, my mum's been trying to get my sister to tidy her bedroom, and my sister just won't do it. And they were screaming at each other, so I muted the mic. But I went to go get a drink at the same time. But yeah, I do apologise for going AFK. I'm going to type in, sorry, I can't spell, sorry I went AFK at everyone. Just going to put that in the Discord server because I feel bad. I went AFK for quite a while. But yeah, I am back. Now it's 4. 3 people to this stream, nice. Hello Phasia Al-Shamari, welcome back to the stream. I do apologise guys, I went AFK for a bit. Yeah, I went AFK for quite a while, like 15 minutes. So, how is everybody on this stream? Ooh. Perfecto. We're going to get rid of this. Basically, it's a castle that we were starting to build, then we never built. So, talking to everyone on here, how are we all? I don't know if there's anyone watching actually. I feel bad because that's egged on by the fact that's thinged on by the fact that I went AFK for so long that some people have paused the stream, because that has happened before. That generally happened a little while ago. A little while ago, I went AFK on stream, and somebody thought I'd been gone for ages, but it turned out I'd been back for 20 minutes, and they had not realised that I had come back and then mute and paused the stream. So, due to the fact that we can do this, how much stuff is in here? We can probably take those out. We can take the arrows and string here. Put that in there. And there's probably some stuff in here that we can take out. What's in here that's anything useful? Right. Hold on a minute. Just to free it. Do you remember me? Hello, Galuxi. Welcome to the stream. Have you changed your name by any chance? Because some people have done that to me before. In recent times, some people have done that to me. They've changed their name and asked me. But I tend to remember everyone. But if you've changed your name, I might not. No. I think I do remember you. I think I do remember you. Yeah. I think I remember you, yeah. Welcome back. I've still subbed ever since I first saw you. Oh, thank you. It's really kind of you. We're just gonna have a little look around these chests a second. I'm just having a quick flick through these chests. Thank you, Galuxi. That's really kind of you. Just gonna take some. We could take some. We could actually take some of this home, which was, I think, 4 or 5k subs. Did you subscribe? Would you have been subscribed earlier this year? Because it would, if you subscribed earlier this year, it would have been 5. I've hit I hit 5k early last year. I hit 5k early in last year. I hit 5k in April of 2020. Of 2024. I hit 5k in 2024, but we didn't do much. We only picked up 50 subscribers between April of 2024 and December of 2024. We only picked up like 50 subscribers. So yeah, it could be this year. But yeah, thank you for remaining sub. That's really kind of you. Oh, we've had a lot of people subscribe this year. Thank you for subscribing. Well, yeah, you created your channel in April of 2025, so it would have been 5k. We've had a lot of people subscribe this year. We've had a lot of people subscribe this year. We had a guy earlier on in the year called Hag, and he was interesting. We had someone called Hag. They had a really interesting YouTube channel. A lot of shorts. We've had some really interesting characters this year. We've had some interesting characters subscribe this year, which I have really enjoyed. I have really enjoyed this year. Oh my god, my eye. We should collab one day or something. I don't really do collabs, but I don't really do collabs myself because I don't really like them. But that's my preference, though, guys. I don't really like collabs that much. But that's my preference, though, guys. I don't really like collabs. I don't see a benefit of them sometimes. I don't really see a benefit of them, but then some of them are interesting, some of them aren't, in a way. I do apologise, guys. I had to go AFK. Yeah, this year's been crazy, guys. We had a guy earlier on in the year. They claimed that they were 5'9" at 11, and they were gonna go and fight my friend. I do see it as a fun thing. Yeah, some of them are. Right, what was I coming in here to do? Oh, we've got a crafting table right here. What was I doing that for? That's not what I wanted to do. I've made a mistake. I wanted to turn that redstone into blocks. Turning redstone into blocks frees up chest space. I've got to go see you later. Have a good day, Galaxy. Have a good rest of your day. Right. Nether materials. Nether brick. No, netherrack. We haven't got much netherrack at the moment because I used a lot in building the theme park, the roller coaster. So I'm gonna quickly have to go and say end stone bricks. No, so per blocks will be around the other side. Per blocks. There we go. We've got some spider eyes, which spider eyes will go in the corner here. Spider eyes will go in this corner here. There we go. Type that out, put that all together. Thank you to the people who subscribed. We're aiming to hit 8K by my birthday. We're aiming to hit 8K by my birthday, guys. So, right, 9 bones. 44 of these. Fantastic. We got some books. So books go in the book chest, which the book chest is over in the corner here. It's literally right here. Boom. We've got 2 chests on us, so those 2 chests will go into right here. Oh, my nose. Right, so my nose is a little sore. $150 of you have watched this stream in the last 45 minutes. Incredible. Oh, happy birthday. It's not my birthday. Someone just put happy birthday, thanks, but it's not for another 17 days. I love it. I love it. Can we hit 8K by my birthday? And everyone keeps thinking it's my birthday. I do like that. It's pretty. It's funny. Right. String. And the doors. Stairs. Slabs. Fence. Birchwood. Door. Fences go. Fences go down here. Sticks go in the corner here. Oak planks goes here. Birch planks goes right there. Dark oak steps there. And then those there. So everything bar the two carrots. We just want to have a quick. We might want to have a quick gander through these chests a second. Dark oak blocks go here. Oak steps go there. Perfecto. Everything's... That looks good. What else? Stone bricks. Stone. Gravel. Stone. Quite a lot of it. Anything else here? 2 stone bricks. That some the book. Well, we can take the books and put them in the book place. we can take these. No, we'll leave those actually. There was something else that I caught a glimpse of, which I couldn't work out. These buckets of water, we'll put them in the buckets chest. I swear we had another bucket here. Stone, and that's everything else is. Right, stone bricks. Stone bricks, so good. Because we only got 22 stone bricks here, we might as well just turn these into slabs. There we go, we've made 44. Gravel, gravel, gravel. So, bucket of water here. The buckets of water, lava buckets, so we'll put the 2 water buckets in here. Books, we'll put 61 there. I noticed a whole new stack of books in here. $42. And then I noticed these. So these will go into this chest here. Perfect. Neat and tidy. Dirt. That's brown wool. I thought it may have been dirt then, but it's not. So we're going to go down to the dirt room. And oop. Perfect. Here we go. Here we go. There we go. So we're going to go up the stairs here like this. And there we go. What have we got here? Hello, Timmy I. Welcome to the stream. Grey, pink. What's in this chest? Nothing. So all this wool, that's something we can do today. That's something that we should have a crack at doing, actually. Saying this is something that we should have a crack at doing. We need to repopulate this sheep farm. We need to repopulate this sheep farm. That's something we can do. Hello, time my eye. Welcome to the stream. We need a sheep. So we gotta hunt a sheep. Come on, sheepy, 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 sheepy. Come on. Emerge out of nowhere, sheep. My dear sheep, emerge out of nowhere. Come on. My dear sheep, emerge out of nowhere. My dear sheep, emerge out of nowhere. My dear sheep, emerge out of nowhere. I need a sheep, I need a sheep, I need a sheep. Honestly, can't find one. Thank you to the person who's just subscribed. That's really kind of you. We're 25 subscribers off hitting 7,600. Right, what we're aiming to do is see if we can hit 8k by my birthday. That would be lovely, but we're trying to find a sheep. I just can't do it, guys. I can't find one. There should be loads of sheep around here. We got a cow. That's a good sign. We got a cow, but that's a good sign. But we need a sheep. Got him. Got one. What, we got two now. You sheeps, you are going to repopulate the sheep farm. Stop. You were going to repopulate the sheep farm. So if you've just joined, we are trying to repopulate the sheep farm. Because the sheep farm all the sheep's despawned. So now we've got to repopulate the sheep farm. And now it's going to be a... Come on. One by one. There we go. Come on. We need your mate. Come on. We need come on. What's he doing? Is he scared or something? Come on. Come on. Sheep birds. Is he stuck? There, come on. No, I don't want you to come down. I want you to come up. Come on. Come on. That one just don't want to come, do he? Yeah, he was stuck on the ladders then. Right, come on. Come on. The cow is just an inconvenience. Like, he can be pork chops in a minute. The important thing for me is there's a wolf right on that hill. The important thing for me is getting these. The important thing for me was getting that sheep in. But now we've got a cow in there, we might as well get the other one. Hello. Cow, come on. Your future wife is waiting. Come on. Come on. What the hell is he gone? There we go. A cow for a wheat field. There we go. Oh no. Seriously? At least they're in here now. Of all the things I thought would happen, we even built a new sheep pen. We even built a new sheep pen for them. We bought a barn. We built a barn to have more sheep in, to split the sheep farm up. They all despawned. Of all the things I thought would happen, that is not one of them. There we go. Can't believe that. Oh yeah, I got a question. Hello, Ian Killer. Didn't even know you were in the stream. Hello, Projection J. Welcome to the stream. Ooh, perfect. More wool. Bit of glow shears. Fantastic cocoa. Is it okay for a stream record again? What? 1.12 Legacy Console Edition. Joke, ask, talk about your stream and see other people try it out. Jokes, ask, talk. I'm really confused, Ian Killer. Text to speech is awful if you've got an accent. Because I know you're using text to speech. I have no idea what you're talking about because it's not picked up anything. In English, in English it's okay. Yeah, no, English and Scottish are exactly the same thing. English and Scottish are exactly the same thing. They all talk in the same accent, the same sort of the same. English and Scottish talk in the same language. But what it is, Ian Killer, is because you're using text to speech doesn't pick up exactly what you're saying 100% correctly. Because you're using text to speech, it's picking up part of your accent. It can't understand your accent. Like it can't understand my accent. Text to speech can't understand my accent as well. So I'm the same as it is. For me, it's the same as it is for you. Do you have version 1.2.21? I do on my Legacy Console Edition world. Let's just kill some cows a second. So I can... I've just killed some cows so I can hopefully do that sheep. Yeah, I do on my I do have 1.21 on my Bedrock Minecraft version. I needed them to have to have babies. Sorry, pork chop. I'm gonna call him. I'm gonna call that cow pork chop. Redstone, gunpowder, redstone, bow. Yeah, is it okay? Ice Cream Kid ever advertise this stream on his YouTube channel? Are you talking about? You want to share my stream somewhere? so more people find it. Because I know you remember just saying you can't read, so is because of what you've said, another person's dream is okay. You advertise your stream and everybody else's dream. No, add another person's stream is okay. Advertise your stream and somebody else's stream. Everybody else's dream. I know that you can't really read, Ian Killer, but yeah, because you're using text to speech, that makes absolutely no because of text to speech, and I know you can't read it. It doesn't say what you're saying. So the last comments that you've just put using text to speech, it says, and another person's dream is okay. Advertise your dream and. Well, yeah, permission to you can promote people's streams, of course you can promote people's streams and channels. But yeah, what I was saying, Ian Killer, is because you use text to speech, it's come through very random. Promoting someone's stream has come through that you're promoting ice cream, which is I will admit, it's kind of funny. It is kind of funny, but that stream has turned to ice cream. Is that red wall? We can get rid of this now. Here we go. Perfecto. Anyway, I'll be back in 2 seconds. Right, I'm back. Your YouTube channel, your streams. I want to ask your permission first. You don't have to have permission to promote someone's stream. If you're promoting someone's stream, you don't have to have permission. You don't have to have permission. You only have to have permission if you're using if you upload a clip of their content. You only have to have permission if you upload one of their videos. But to promote someone's YouTube channel, you don't have to have permission. If you turn around and said to someone, go and subscribe to Calamitive Joe, you don't have to ask permission for that. If you were telling someone subscribe to Calamitive Joe, you don't actually have to ask for permission for that. You only have to ask permission if you're uploading somebody else's content, or you're making a video that has something in it. Yeah. But well, it's too late to watch. I'm sorry, Joe. That's alright. I had to end the last stream because the Bedrock Realm started running bad for me on the Switch. Oh, YouTube channels. Yeah, I'm not allowed to post anymore. Well, yeah. You shouldn't have posted it. Hello, Student of War. Welcome to the stream. But yeah, you shouldn't have posted anyway, really, Ian Killer, because even though you didn't ask for permission, legally you shouldn't have been on YouTube because you're like 11. 12. You shouldn't be on YouTube till you're like 13. Yeah, hello, Student of War. Welcome to the stream. But yeah, to promote someone's YouTube channel, you don't have to ask permission. Right. It's 12 p.m. Bloody hell. Well, no, an academy is basically high school. You start high school when you're 11. You start high school when you're 11, nearly 12. But that's not YouTube. You shouldn't be on till you're 13, because YouTube's different. YouTube is very much different, because YouTube is not. YouTube is social media. You shouldn't be on social media until you're 13, as per all the regulations. It's because, there's people on platforms that aren't platforms. But yeah. You shouldn't be on YouTube till you're 13 years old. You shouldn't be on YouTube till you're 13 years old, because that is YouTube's requirements. Like, they've changed it recently. You can't live stream now if you're under the age of 16. If you're under the age of 16, you can't live stream now. Oh my god, my nose. Yeah, YouTube are changing all the regulations. In Australia, they're banning social media for anyone under the age of 16. Actually, I should check if my iPad has done that update. How old do you need to be to teen vaping? Teen vaping. Vaping is 16. Vaping is 16. If they're doing it under the age of 16, then it's illegal. And whoever, there's not vaping is 16. Like, but I'm legally allowed to play certain games. Well, yeah. If you're 12, you're legally able to. If you're like 12. If you're 12, you're legally able to play games up with the age rating of 12 and below. Like films, you can watch films 12 and below. But then if you're not 15, you can't play games under the age of 15 or above. Set up later. Sorry, my iPad's just. I'm trying to fix my iPad. Don't share. My iPad. I charged my iPad last night because I was trying to get something on it, and it's not. It needed a few updates. Yeah, teen vaping. Hello, Faisal Al Shamari. Welcome back. Yeah, vaping Ian Killer is 16. I have a game named Balloons Adventure Time. Really cool. Not now. Thank you, computer. Thank you. There we go. I'm just trying to make this iPad work a little bit better. There we go. Cool. Cool. I'm just going to quickly turn that off. Let's do that on the side, and then I can have a look at that later on. Yeah, but if they play it, if they're playing it under the age of 18, Ian Killer, then then their parents need to be charged. If they're playing under the age of 18, if they're playing 18 rated games under the age of 18, that should be punishable by, heavy fines on the parents. That's my opinion, guys. That's my opinion. Well, yeah, you can watch stuff on YouTube, but yeah, YouTube's not for kids. YouTube's for people 13 years and up. It's the same as like other social media companies. I'm just going to mute myself a minute because there's a loud background noise. That's where they have the age rating. Yeah, Student of War. People ignore the age rating. Yeah, people ignore the age rates in Student of War, but the age rating's there for a reason. The age rating's there for a reason because they don't want kids to become decentralized. Siri, please, my parents will not get charged, but basically the reason they have the age ratings is because of back in the day, children used to go out, used to watch violent films and think it was normal to do. And that's why they brought in age ratings. They brought in age ratings to stop children seeing what legally they shouldn't see. They brought in age ratings years ago. Like, for example, because a lot of stuff to be seen. Well, yeah, but they brought in kind of 9 months to play Red Dead Redemption. I wouldn't even think a 9-year-old baby would even know how to play a video game. But yeah, the reason they brought in age ratings is because of they didn't, children were reenacting things. So one of my old school teachers told us this. One of my old school teachers told me this. When he was a kid, they saw a film where darts went into someone's head. So the next day they threw darts at each other's heads. See, that's why they have age ratings, because that's just brain dead. But of course children don't understand that what you see in a film is fake and video games is not real. That's That's why they do it. That's why they have that's why they have age ratings. Painful, yeah, but that's why they have age ratings, because Ian Killer. That's why they have age ratings, because back in the day, kids thought everything was real, and that's the true case. And now, you know, violent crime is going up in the UK, and it's partially because the video games are getting so real. But they said, because of obviously how realistic violence in games is now, because how realistic violence is in games, the UK are under fire for for an advertisement they did the other day. The UK did a drink driving advert. Well, you're not. If the chances, if you get hit by a car, you most likely will die. That's what the UK's just done. The UK's just done an advert about drink driving, about how dangerous drink driving is. About how dangerous drink driving is. The UK's just done an advert saying the person that you hit won't respawn. So they're saying now that kids are so thing with video games now that they basically go out the UK government and try the UK. Yeah, so the UK have just done a drink driving advert, and the line at the end says the person that you've crashed your car into won't respawn. And that was their thing. That there's some people nowadays when they attack people think, oh, he'll just get up, he'll just respawn. But no, in real life you don't respawn. Life is precious. Which I think that's a really good advert to do. There was an advert done a few years ago. It's banned in the people wanted it banned because of how bad it was. But they did a speeding advert where basically a car went straight through a wall and crashed into a load of kids. And while it was very controversial, it is right. You know, if you crash a car into someone, they're gonna die. It's not a video game where they'll just get up and walk away. Unless you're that guy in Reading with the bus, he got hit over by the bus, went through a wall, and then suddenly went into the side of the road, and then suddenly went in the local pub. Crazy man, crazy man. Where is that? Is this the one I'm looking for? Because I can't luckily you guys won't be able to hear it because I have desktop audio muted. I just want to see if this is the car advert that I'm looking for. That's the one. Fine, I'm going to put it in my Discord server. There we go. UK band. There we go, found it. Put it in my Discord server. UK banned advert. Hello, Gabby. Welcome to the stream. Sorry, I was just looking at an advertise. I was looking for, like, we were talking about why, like, age ratings exist. You got joints for a reason. Yeah, you have got joints for a reason. They move everything around. Yes, hello, Gabby. We were talking about an advert. We were talking about, advertisements about, age ratings and why age ratings exist. But then I just related that to, like, advertisements, like, nowadays. Legacy. Did you play Minecraft with your brothers? I don't have a brother. I don't have a brother. Bing bing bong. Yeah, but I think that's a really good car advert, actually. Really good car advert. This is the rules of the road. Don't crash. Drive responsibly. Don't drink and drive. But I liked that advert they've just done, and it said, like, he won't respawn. The guy won't respawn, and I'm like, that is strong. That's like, that's a really strong thing. Like, yeah, kids nowadays, just because they play so many video games, oh, he'll just respawn. Yeah, no, he won't. He's dead. Minecraft Legacy Console Edition. It's not Java nor Bedrock. Oh, I have Java and PS3 edition. Cool. Are you the only kid in my family? I'm not a kid anymore, guys. Yeah, if I say I got a sister, I'm not the only kid in my family. But I'm not a kid anymore, guys. I haven't been a kid for 5 years. Unique in that part of the family, but I'm not a kid. Yeah, well, no, when they say you're the only kid in the family, you're talking about your immediate family. Cousins don't come into it. Now I'm on Switch. Yeah, this is the Legacy. This is Legacy Switch. Now I'm on Switch. Cool. I'm playing Legacy Switch because I still have this version and I love it. How is everybody on this stream? I'm feeling old. We're aiming to hit 8K, guys, by my birthday. And my birthday's in 17 days, guys. I'm feeling old. I'm feeling old. I'm feeling old. I'm feeling old. Good old times when we have fun playing. I'm good. I'm just about to mine some obsidian. Cool. Guys, I'm 23 in 17 days. Jesus. I'm not a teenager. I think you're a teenager. Yeah, I'm not a teenager. I haven't been a teenager since 2021. I haven't been a teenager since 2021. Yeah, I'm not a teenager. I am 23 in 17 days. I'm not a teenager. I haven't been a teenager for 4 years. Sorry, I'm just trying to do the plus. Very annoyed with. Cool. Yeah, I am not a teenager, guys. I haven't been a teen in 17. I haven't been a teen in 40 in 4 years. A lot of people think I sound younger though. A lot of people think I sound younger than I am. But then also, I do actually, I do lighten up my voice a bit when I'm streaming. But sometimes I actually sound like this. I sound like this really. But when I do streams, I sound a bit more like this. Do you guys get what I mean? Hello CTLB YouTube, welcome to the stream. Sorry, I went AFK guys because people were talking upstairs. It's daytime. Right, there we go. Let's just pop into here and go through here. There we go. How are you, CTLB YouTube? Welcome to the stream. How is everybody on this YouTube live stream today? Well, everyone that's just joined. Thank you, everybody. You will hit 8K soon. Thank you. That's really kind of you. Yeah, we're aiming to do it by my birthday, because my birthday's in just under 2 weeks, just over 2 weeks' time. There we go. Because I might stop singing. Sorry, Royal. I hope you don't get copyrighted by me. Why am I going to get copyrighted by you? I'm not going to get copyrighted by you playing music because you're not in my video. Literally, you're typing in, like, I'm not going to get copyright claimed for you playing music. You would only get copyright claimed... You would only get copyright claimed if you were in my game playing music with your mic on. It's factually impossible for me to get copyright claims. Man, CTL YouTuber is a good guy. Yeah, thank you for saying that to me about the 8K. I really hope we do hit 8K soon. That I would like to hit that by my birthday. As it stands at the moment, we are 422 away. If we can get like 30, if we can get like 30 subscribers a day, guys, 30 times 17. 30 times 17 is 510. We would hit it. 30 times 17 is 510. So we are on the verge of being able to hit it. So it'd be lovely if we could hit it. There we go. So let's quickly go this way. We are here then. So let's quickly go into the house and go down the stairs. Alright. Down, 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 down. I want to do my duty to this thing. I want to put this right. Is there something special in this house? There's lots of stuff in this house. There's lots of stuff in this house. This house is old. I've had this... Well, no, the house itself is new. But all the underground stuff, some of the underground stuff has been here for like 9 years. So I'm just turning on my phone, guys, just to check some notifications. There we are. Oh, just had to put my controller down a second. It is really cold, guys. I am literally froze today. Sand. So, I have a spruce plank on me, so there you go. Boosh. It was sticky hot. That is true. That is true, Pixel King. That is true. What? in the UK, I'm not sure about America, but in the UK, in some points in summer, we call it clothes sticking to your back hot, because your clothes stick to your back. The one thing I hate though, guys, is being overweight in summer. I hate being overweight in summer because you sweat more. I hate being overweight in summer. I hate being overweight in the summertime because you absolutely sweat more and your shirt sticks to your back. Like, it's the same. It's the same in the northern United States. Yeah, literally, I will admit, guys, a couple of months, about, I don't know, a year or two. So, I nearly said a year then, but many years ago, my parents had a leather sofa. And as you can imagine, a leather sofa on a sunny day, on a warm day, is fucking horrible. Let's just say, let's say a leather sofa on a warm summer's day is awful because you're stuck to that sofa. Literally, you struggle to get out. You struggle to get out. This old sofa that my parents had. Literally, you trying to get out of the sofa, you would end up getting this leather sofa that my parents had when I was younger. You'd end up getting stuck to it because it was just when it was that warm, like. But yeah. I'll be back in a second. Sorry, my dad walked in wanting to show me a video. He never had the leather sofa near the window. That sounds horrible. My dad had a leather sofa. The bright side was on sunny days we blast the AC. Yeah, we don't have ACs in the UK. We don't have ACs in the UK because they're just not common. They're just not common in the UK because warm weather is less common in the... Well, warm weather's common in the UK. But if it's warm, you have the windows open. That's normally what we do in the UK. Princess Zelda. I know they're doing a Zelda film. Hello, Jasper Paul. Because the girl that's playing one of the characters was in a TV show that I really liked. Where's Magenta? That's the one, Magenta. Perfect, perfect. I mean, to be fair, it's mostly cold in the UK. Nah, it's not cold. It's not mostly cold in the UK. That's because America's weather system's completely different. Literally, most days in the UK, it's like 18 degrees, which is about 75 Fahrenheit. Yeah, Bragson. Yeah, I have heard of her because she was in a TV show I enjoyed a year or two ago. Very good actress, actually. Very good actress. Can you give me a mod? Yeah, great name. I don't have that problem, to be honest, but yeah, I've read your name. I've read the name out, and no, I'm not going to read that because I know you're trying to catch me out. I actually did that once, guys. I named I made a school on my friend's realm, and basically all the teachers are cock names. 6 out of 10 for weather. Well, it's not about the weather. So basically, the UK is not cold, but it's not warm. But it's not cold, but it's not ridiculously warm. Like, yeah, we don't need ACs though. ACs aren't exactly that good for you. Air conditioning isn't exactly the best thing for you. Having an AC on all the time is basically recirculated air. Which is why I was once working in a factory when I was like 16, and I got ill because they always had the fan on. They always had this massive metal fan going because of how warm this part of the room got in the summer. And they had this fan going, and because the fan's constantly just giving you recirculated air, it made me ill because from it. Here it is. Air conditioning isn't inherently bad. It filters air and improves comfort, but poorly maintained or overused systems can cause dry skin, respiratory irritation due to mold and bacteria in dirty units. But yeah, it says so in certain temperatures you just don't need it. But yeah, aircon units, like you, America uses aircon units a lot. The only place that I've had to use an aircon unit was in my college class last year. Because of how powerful these computers were, they had aircon units built into the roof, but they didn't have fans or anything like that. I love seeing the videos of this bitch crying over heat waves because they're like ATF. Nah, they're not ATF. They're not ATF. If it's a heat wave in the UK, they're more like 100F. They're more like 100. A heat wave for us is like 30. A heat wave for us is like anything over 34 degrees Celsius. (34C into F). Yeah, 93, and it basically 93 is normally a heat wave, but it's because a normal summer's day in the UK is like 28 degrees, and then but we had a lot of heat waves earlier on in the year. We had about 4. We had 4 heat waves, and that, you know, some heat waves though, it's worse if you've got a south. They never had hardcore mode on console. That's because hardcore mode didn't really exist anywhere at the time, I think. I remember when they announced it, and I was like, should I... If they were going to bring it, they were going to bring it onto console edition, and then all the Bedrock shit happened. Oh, God, my arm. Ow. I've got a really tight Christmas jumper on, guys, because it's warm. But yeah, it is... Some here is 90s regularly. Well, yeah, most days in the UK, most days in like July normally are like 90 Fahrenheit. Yeah, most days in July normally are 90 Fahrenheit, but it's normally for it to be called a heat wave, it needs to be consistent. It's an interesting one. Where basically the UK is more northern than the United States is. Basically, the southern United States is closer to the Mediterranean than the UK is. Because of how the world turns, there's a part in Wales. Because of how the world turns, there's a part of Wales which is more northern than any part of the United States. which is really weird because it even says it on a sign. I was in a place in Wales last year, and it said this town is more northern than any town in the United States. I'm like, oh, okay, because of how the well, I think it said mainland United States because Alaska's not really part of the United States. Ideally it should actually be part of Canada, but it shares a border with Canada. The only reason Alaska's part of Canada, part of the United States, is because Russia were dubious of Britain and didn't like Great Britain, so they didn't want to hand Great Britain more territory. So that's why Alaska's part of the United States, not Canada. It's really an interesting one. Russia did not want to sell Alaska to Great Britain because of them being rivals, because that was Russia's rivals in Europe. So they sold it to the United States to piss off Britain. So it meant the United States now had a dangerous flank on the one side against Britain. But nothing came from that because Russia forgot that Great Britain and America were on good terms at the time. Quite a funny one, really. I love history. But yeah, what Pixel King said earlier on, though, a few months ago we were all complaining about how hot it was. Yeah, and now we're complaining about how cold it was. And how cold it is. Like, guys, it was -5 last night. It was -5 last night. It's cold. That's actually a joke. I've got a funny thing for you guys actually. Bedrock 1.9, yeah. Not everything from 1.9 got added to Legacy because a lot of Java players hated 1.9. I was playing Minecraft at this point. At this point, I was playing Minecraft at this point. 1.9, a lot of Java players hated it. A lot of Java players hated the combat update. The combat update was very controversial because it took a lot of stuff that people had grown used to over those years and changed it. Which is why Legacy never brought out a lot of the combat update stuff, because they knew it was hated. Here was the combat. Here, why was the combat update so controversial? Here it is. This is it. Minecraft 1.9, the combat update, was controversial because it fundamentally changed PvP from fast spam clicking to a timed cooldown based system, making players feel their skills were obsolete and dividing the community, with many preferring the old 1.8 combat and refusing to update. The update also introduced shields, dual wielding, and an overhaul to the end, but the combat changes overshadowed everything, creating a significant gap between Java and Bedrock players and causing servers to split over which combat style to support. Yeah. That's why they hated it. That's why 1.9 was so hated. Because, like, Legacy, it should drop as low as 6. Yeah, I haven't seen snow yet. Basically, where I'm from in the UK, guys, was only one of 16 encounters the other night to not the snow. I'm like, ugh. I think it was all the south. I want it to snow, but I am freezing. Ironically, I've been freezing all day. But it hasn't. We had a storm come through, guys. We had a storm come through, and it rained for like 24 hours straight. I gotta go. That's all right. This stream won't be on for much longer because I'm actually knackered, guys. I got hardly any sleep last night because it's 3 o'clock this morning. I got woke up by I thought was someone breaking in. Turns out it was just a Christmas decoration falling off. We got 3 foot of snow. I wish I had 3 foot of snow. my area of the UK often does get really heavy snowstorms, just because. But I thought someone had broke in. Turns out it was a Christmas decoration that come off the wall. It scared me shitless. I come downstairs, turned on every light, looked around. I spent 20 minutes looking around, and I was just baffled. Like, well, what was it? Nothing's fallen over. Nothing's this. Nothing's happened. Incredible, guys. And then I turned around, looked to the wall, and realised that a light that was blue tacked to the wall had fallen. Hello, Minecrafter Z16. Welcome to the stream. Love to see you online, Joe. I have great news today. Cool. What type of news? Yeah, have a good rest of your day, Pixel. 3 foot of snow, like, you know, that's where I'm glad that I'm as tall as I am. You know, 3 foot of snow, like, what is that? That's probably up to the top of my leg. Like, that's a lot of snow. I mean, 3 foot, guys. I can tell you how much 3 feet is. I got a job. I had to leave the stream last week to attend a meeting. It was a final interview. Oh, congratulations. A job application I applied for a few weeks ago has just like come through. A job application I put in a few weeks ago finished the other day, so I'm just waiting for I'm just waiting to find out. Let me just find out what a foot is, guys. Let me just find out what there's 3 foot. I've got a tape measure that I found on the floor. 3 foot, 91.5 centimeters. So that's 3 foot of snow. Oh no, that's actually above my leg. That's actually up to my belly button. That's up to my. That's 3 foot. Okay, that's up past my knees. That's literally up to my stomach. Jesus. That's literally up to my stomach. Jeez, that's a lot of snow. That is a lot of snow, Pixel King. 3 foot of snow. That's literally up. That's literally up. That's literally taller than the bottom half of my body. Guys, that means everything above me. That means everything below the bottom of my stomach. That means everything above my belly button is That means everything above my belly button is 2 foot. Yeah, I haven't had. It hasn't snowed for me yet. It hasn't snowed for me at all at the moment. Sometimes it doesn't, but it snowed in a lot of places a couple of days ago in the UK. But the county I'm from was one of 16 that didn't snow. I'm so late. That's all right, Egg. I did stream on the realm earlier on, but the realm crashed. Well, not the realm didn't crash. It lagged for me. Yeah, that's a lot of snow. Like 3 foot of snow. I've just obviously took a tape measure and stood up. 3 foot of snow is literally up to my 3 foot of snow is literally up to around my belly button. So that's a lot of snow. That means that everything above my belly button is 2'9". I had to work extra, so I didn't turn up. That's alright. You don't have to watch the streams. Do I play Fortnite? I do not. When will you open your server, bro? I already have. I've opened a realm for channel members. So basically, I've opened this world for channel members. So basically, if people that buy the last tier of the channel membership can play on this world, play on a copy of this world on Bedrock Edition. Yeah, I launched it. I launched it around about a week ago. Around about a week and a bit ago. I launched it like November 28th, I think. So yeah, it's there to play. So I played it earlier on. I played it earlier on stream, but then I stopped streaming it because my Switch was lagging. Thank you to the people who subscribed. Hello, Karim Khan, welcome to the stream. So, wait, we ain't play together? Well, no, it's a realm. So basically, you can play with everybody on there. You don't have to have someone on there to play it. So, for example, yeah, so for example, Karim Khan, basically we've already got people on it. See, it with a realm, you can play it when the host's not on, which is a really good thing, because I'm from the UK. It means people who are from the other side of the world can play it when I'm not on it. It's basically a 24/7 Minecraft world, so people can walk around, build on this world, and do anything on it, really. We've got Egg, who's in the stream, has basically built... Egg, who's in the stream, has already built a huge house for himself. David has built a big house for himself too. So yeah, it's available for players to play. It's available for people who have the channel membership. Right, let's just turn this way. I really want to use my shaders. I think you can. I mean, the realms thing. Which version is it? It's the latest version. I updated it this morning. It's the latest version. I updated it this morning, so it's got everything they added yesterday. Because I've updated my game, it's got every single... It's the latest version of Bedrock, so it even has stuff that I necessarily wouldn't have had on my world. Bedrock. It's Bedrock. Necessarily as well, guys. It's got stuff. It's got all the new stuff, the Bedrock stuff, even that I wouldn't have had on my Legacy world. So yeah, it's Bedrock, guys. Yeah, Bedrock's not the best, but it's the only version I had, so I did it on there. I did it on there so, you know, people from all consoles and all walks of life could play it. Surprisingly, guys, I don't actually hate Bedrock Edition. That's the thing. Wilfred Zaha would not like if he heard that. What, Minecraft Bedrock Edition? People from all walks of life can play it. Zaha's a good player. I still don't understand why Crystal Palace wouldn't accept 70. Crystal Palace turned down 70 million for him from Everton in 2019. And he was reportedly open to the deal. Is he even doing very well anymore? Oh. Yeah. Back because I got no one to talk to. Welcome back, Swiss. We were talking about we were talking about the weather because Pixel King said he had 3 foot of snow, which we were talking about the weather, guys. But 3 foot of snow is a lot. I think he's gone from the stream now, but 3 foot of snow is a lot. I didn't realize how much 3 foot of snow is. Haven't seen snow in 5 years. Well, I haven't seen it in a while, actually, because the UK, where I'm from in the UK, we get it, but we get it sometimes. But we get it sometimes, but the weather changes. I really like him, yeah. Nah, it was above my waist. If you're about 5'9", I'd say it was above my waist. Yeah, 3'9". So I took a tape measure because I've got one because I was measuring my TV the other day because I'm thinking about buying a new one. I took the tape measure and it was up to my belly button, or around there. It was just about up to the. It was just about up to just. It was just up to just under where my belly button would be. Well, I'm from England, but I just said I'm from the southwest part of England, so it doesn't snow a lot. Oh, that's disgusting, egg. But no, what I meant, guys, that, like, if I stand up, guys, and grab a tape measure a second, 3 foot of snow. 3 foot of snow is 91 centimeters. Like 91 centimeters. 91 centimeters is literally up. Do you know what? It's well, a little bit lower than my waist. My hip. That's a little bit. That's mainly my hip actually saying that. But that's a lot of snow, like up to your hip. It's up to the hip. If it's up to my hip, that means the rest of my body must be. That means my stomach to my head must only be 2 foot. It means my stomach to my head must only be 2'9". I saw that somewhere. That means the rest of my body from my hip to my head must only be 2'9". I tell you what though. I had a friend in my uni class. He was taller than his girlfriend, but she had longer legs, and he was joking to us. He had a long body, so her legs were longer, but he was taller. So basically, what was it? My friend said to me this. It was really funny. He called himself a Dorito because small legs, big body. Like he called himself a Dorito. And what was it? In the summer, if I get warm in the summer, I'll be a nacho. But yeah, this guy in my uni class, he was taller than his girlfriend, but his girlfriend's legs were longer than his was. So basically, she had really long legs. The joke was she had really long legs and a really small body. Stretched out limbs. Yeah, there was some people do that though. Some people do that though. Some people do have stretched out limbs. There's a girl. She won a record the other year. I think she longest leg or something like that. There was a girl the other year. I think she Guinness World of Records. That was it. There was a girl a few years ago. I think she's 6'10", which is just very tall. But she won the Guinness World Record because her leg was 53 inches, 135 centimeters. So basically, 4 foot of her was leg. So the rest of her body was 2 foot from her leg. So basically, the rest of her body from the leg to the top of her leg to her head was 2 foot, and 4'5" of her. The half of the leg, 4'5" of it was leg. He won the record for the longest nose. Yeah, really? Jesus. At least I can use the weather machines. Well, yeah, you can sniff the weather coming. It's going to be a cold one. It's going to be warm today. Thing is, though, the joke is, guys, there's one thing. I hate being overweight in the summer, but I love being overweight in the winter. Because, hello Harrison Biddle, welcome to the stream. Yeah, I hate being overweight in the summer, but I love being overweight in the winter, because if you're like if you're safe if you're fat, for example, it acts as an insulation, so it keeps you warmer. It keeps you warmer. If you're in a colder climate, it keeps you warmer. Yeah, if you like that. If you're say you are really if you're overweight, the fat is your body fat actually acts as an installation in the winter. So, are you in creative? No, I'm in survival. Literally, if you've got a person next to you that's really skinny in a cold climate, if you're with a friend who's really skinny, you are going to be much warmer than they are, because literally someone that's say chubby or fat will be much warmer. It's a scientific thing that we were told. Cold in Africa hurts, bro. Yeah, but then in Africa, cold, what you would consider cold in Africa, that's the thing though, like literally I once read somewhere this person said about this. I read this person in my this person in my college class was initially from Africa. My uni class. This girl from my uni class was initially from Africa, and she said to me, "How can you do that? It was like 10 degrees. It was like 10 degrees Celsius, and I was stood there in a short sleeve shirt, and she had a jumper on. She had a shirt jumper on, and a coat on, and it was all buttoned up and anything like that. And I was standing there with a short sleeve t-shirt, because I'm from the UK. I'm used to colder winters. I'm used to much colder winters. So what is colder for me, what is fine for me, is not fine to someone else. It's like I guarantee, Swiss, you probably find that weather. What would be cold wherever you are, you'd probably find it quite warm. You'd probably find it, fairly warm. Literally, like cold in Africa might be in the UK what is considered cold in Africa might actually be flip-flop weather in the UK. I've been living here for decently long, but yeah, you'll still find the weather normal. That you'll still probably find the cold weather warm, because you're initially used to because you're obviously initially from America. You'll probably find it's definitely no America cold. Yeah, so you're not going to find it 100% cold. You're not going to really find it that cold. You've got to some people have got to climatize. So for example, right now guys, it's that cold. I've got a jumper on and I'm still cold. But cold in another country is completely different. Like cold for you Swiss in Africa might be, just put a small cardigan on, or a jacket. Well, we have that all the time in the UK, especially in the winter months. You can't feel your fingers. Yeah. honestly, I had to go and do a short film and I had to go and shoot a short film at nights in 2023. It got that cold, my bag froze over. It got that cold, my bag started to freeze. Average is 50 degrees. Is that in winter or winter? 50 degrees, that's... I don't even know what that is. 50C in... No, sorry, no. 50th in C. 10 degrees. That's lovely. I'd at 10 degrees. That's during the summer. 10 degrees Celsius. Is this Donuts MP? No, this is my just my world. This is Survivor Legacy. This isn't an SMP because it's not Bedrock. No, it's not. '50th. Yeah, 50C. 50F is about 10 degrees. It's colder than that for me at the moment. We don't really have summer. Yeah, not every place does. Like, you know, there's some places that it's cold all year round. Oh, you play on Bug Rock? No, this is Legacy Console Edition. So it's not the Donut SMP or whatever it is. No, this is Legacy. Do you have the mobile version? I do have Bedrock, but we streamed it earlier on. But we're playing Legacy Console Edition right now. Yeah. The weather, when the weather's cold, guys, so I love sort of being overweight in wintertime because I feel warmer. Being like 90 odd kg actually is pretty useful in the summertime. I don't play Java, I'm afraid. Yeah, being like 95, 96 kg is pretty good in winter. Joe's hibernation. That is my hibernation. 118. What even is that? It's like 46 degrees. I don't even know what that is. 118 F to Celsius. 47. My skin turned red. Well, yeah, your skin would turn red at any temperature in that. It's really dark outside in real light right now. I'm in England. Yeah, so am I. It's really dark because we're getting closer to the summer solstice in 11 days' time. On the 21st of December, in 11 days' time, it will be... In 11 days' time, it will be the winter solstice. And the winter solstice means basically, based on the Earth's axis, it's our furthest point from the sun. So... that's the winter solstice is where it's the shortest day, and then we have the shortest day and longest day because of the Earth's rotation and the axis changes. Basically, the winter solstice is where we're furthest away from the sun, so our day is short. Like, I was listening at 35. I could hear my bed sizzling on my skin. I could hear my bed sizzling on my skin when the 35 degree. Yeah. We had a really warm summer a few years ago when it was 40 degrees. And it's one of them, I couldn't sleep. I got like 3 hours of sleep a night for like 2 weeks. Because it was that hot. It was that hot I couldn't sleep. Because literally, guys. The moon is getting closer to the world in 2026. No, the moon isn't getting closer, Harrison Biddle. The moon is actually getting further away. Basically, the moon's not getting closer away, it's getting further away. No, it won't leave our gravity, Pikachu Liquor. It won't get away with that. It won't... Basically, it will eventually, after about 50 billion years, the moon would stop. The moon would become tidally, would match the orbit and would become tidally locked. So basically, one side would always face the moon. One side wouldn't always face the moon. But that's never going to happen because the sun will explode. The sun will engulf the Earth before that happens. Basically, if the sun was a red dwarf star, then yes, it probably would happen. But the moon is never going to become tidally locked with the world, because you know the sun. In about 5 to 7 billion years, the Earth is going to destroy. The Earth is going to get engulfed by the expanding sun. Tidal lock. In roughly 50 billion years, the Earth's rotation was slow enough to match the moon's orbital period, reaching a state of mutual tide locking, where the moon will always show the same face to the Earth and the recession stops. The scenario occurs long after the sun expands into a red giant, engulfing the inner planets from the moon in about 7 billion years. The moon is drifting away, but will never escape Earth's gravitational embrace. It will eventually settle into a synchronized orbit, but this will be irrelevant as the sun's evolution will end both planets long before that. Because Joe is an incredible person. Yeah, because it's quiet. Yeah, you're correct. I have searched it up. Yep. Like the moon, for example, if we didn't have the moon, we wouldn't have tides. The moon controls our tides. That is New Zealand. And he's incredible. Thank you. Oh, is it? No, it's Japan. Sorry. It looked like New Zealand then for a second. Yeah, 3.8 centimetres a year. That's not a lot, is it? 3.8 centimetres. So every 10 years it moves 38 centimetres. Every 10 years it moves 38 centimetres. Like 38 centimetres, guys, is literally probably probably my laptop. That's probably 38 centimetres, guys, is probably one side of my laptop to the other. Because you've got to think, obviously, the moon used to be 3 times as bright. Imagine if you pulled it forward again. Life is beautiful, could never take advantage. It is. Like, if people are... Yeah, a lot of people do say it's useless information, though, which it isn't. It isn't, that's the thing. There would be no light and the sun would be gone. What? Well, no, the sun wouldn't be gone. We would have lights, Harrison. We would have light. Literally, the moon has no light. The sun wouldn't be gone, Harrison, but the moon has no light. We only have the moon. Moonlight comes from the fact that the sun reflects the moon is the sun. Moonlight comes from the fact that the light of the sun hits the moon and then reflects it back onto Earth. That's what moonlight is. The moon has no light. The moon's dark. Why is there a moon? There is a moon because because in its early development, Earth was hit by which... Why is there a moon? Because there's no light. Well, the moon exists because because an asteroid hit Earth. No, it wasn't the asteroid. The asteroid killed the dinosaurs, Swiss. The asteroid... Yeah, it wasn't an asteroid, it was a planet. Earth had a twin sister. Earth had a twin sister called Theia. Theia crashed into Earth, so basically... Yeah, it wasn't an asteroid, it was a planet. It was a planet next to Earth. Basically, there should be another planet in between Earth and Venus. It was called Theia, and Theia crashed into Earth. And parts of Theia that got obliterated out in the explosion. Theia got parts of the moon was parts of Theia and parts of the Earth, and basically most of what was thing to Theia become part of the Earth. So really, we should have a cosmic neighbor. Really, we should have a cosmic neighbor. Well, the moon doesn't look like a star because the moon isn't a star. The moon is a rock. The moon doesn't have lights. The light of the moon is the fact that the sun hits the moon and reflects it. The moon will not look like a star. Yeah, it wouldn't get that far away. If the moon looked like the moon wouldn't get that far away because... Can you cut your fingernail off? Probably. The moon would never look like a star from Earth because they'd be further away. You know, those stars are like 4 billion light years away. Those stars are billions of light years away. 4 light years away. They're absolutely ridiculous. They're absolutely ridiculously far away. The moon would never get that far back. It would probably take, you know, a quintillion years. It would probably take 100 quintillion, million, drillion, quadrillion years for that to happen. And it would never do that anyway. I'm not going to say that because it's got absolutely no relevance. But yeah, if you guys get what I mean, like, the moon's never going to get that far back because eventually it will become tidally orbited to the Earth. So they'll just... Yeah, the moon is literally the moon is the size of America. The moon is literally the moon is literally can fit in. Yeah, that's true. Oh, sorry. The moon would then, if Earth was to disappear, yeah, the moon would start floating. The moon would start floating because it would have no orbit. But then the moon would probably get pulled to the orbit of something like Mars or Jupiter. Probably Jupiter. Yeah, literally. So literally the moon could have, the moon is the moon, for example, is huge. The moon is big, but it's not ridiculously big. If you were to think, this is a fact for you guys. Yeah, it would be Jupiter. It would go to whatever has the biggest pull, so it would probably be Jupiter. It would be colliding to the sun. Bloody hell, I didn't know that. I thought it would have been Jupiter because I think we're close. I think we're far enough from the sun to not get pulled by it. Oh, so What was I going to say a minute, guys? Yeah, the moon, Russia, for example. I don't know though. Russia, for example, from east to west, is bigger than the moon. Pluto, the planet Pluto, which is the ex-planet Pluto, because they no longer call Pluto a planet. Pluto would fit in the United States. I didn't know that. I thought we were closer. I didn't know that. I actually found a fact out the other day. Jupiter actually protects Earth. The creation of the... Because of obviously Jupiter's pull protected the 4 inner planets from falling into the sun in their development. I am a police officer. You're like 15. You're like 14, 15. How are you a police officer? I mean, I would be scared if you were a police officer, actually. I would be scared if you were a police officer. Russia's huge. Russia from east to west. I'm 45, Joe. I doubt that, Swiss. I doubt that. Didn't I tell you already? You're not 40. You're not 45, Swiss. You're not 45. There's no way you're 45. I'm a 45-year-old female from Kenya. Jesus Christ. Cool. I would laugh if that was true. Oh God. What was I going to say a sec, guys? You own 5 farms. Bloody hell. But the reason I know you're not, because some of the words you use, Swiss, wouldn't be used by a 45-year-old. Yeah, well, or we'd get another moon, which that is possible. There are rogue planets out there, so there was a case in the story about a rogue planet that they found NASA found a rogue planet with a satellite, with like. There we go. So yeah, it's a rock ball. It would be bigger than the moon. Well, Russia from east to west is bigger than the moon is. Like here, Russia east to west in miles. So Russia from east to west is 5,600 miles from its western edge near the Baltic Sea to its easternmost point on the Bering Straits, spanning over 11 time zones and covering more than twice the width of continental the US. Russia is 5,600 miles. Yeah, Russia's 5,000. In terms of actual how big the moon is, yeah, it's bigger than Russia. But in terms of how wide the Russia is, it's bigger than the moon. here. How wide is the moon in miles? The moon is 2,159 miles in diameter. So Russia's 3,000 miles bigger than the moon. Yeah, which is why we didn't believe it, Swiss. And I know that, because my old English teacher was telling us a story once about Kenya. He met a school teacher from Kenya, basically because his daughter, who worked as a teacher as well, was putting this Kenyan teacher up on a educational visit to the UK, and the Kenyan teacher said to him, "Is she married?" And the teacher, my old English teacher, said no. So technically, the diameter of the moon, is smaller than Russia. So this Kenyan teacher says to my old English teacher, then she's your property, because in that part of the world, basically, unmarried women are the property of their father until they're married. So he said, you own her. Because obviously in that part of the world, that's very common. So having a job in that part of the world, when Swiss said that, I knew that you were joking. Because my old school English teacher, ironically, this English teacher's dead now. Feels really weird because he only taught me 9 years ago. Ironically, he died 2 years afterwards. Do you have the spear yet? This isn't Legacy, not Bedrock. I haven't. I played Bedrock on my Realm copy earlier on. Yeah. Yes, twice the surface area, just the white being not as wide. Yeah. It's like Pluto. Pluto would fit in the United States. So think about that's how big Pluto is. Like Pluto would fit in the United States. It's like there's an asteroid that they're paying attention to that may hit in 100 years. It's the size of a mountain. It's the size of a mountain. Like you don't want that to hit anywhere. Dwarf planets are so fascinating. Yeah, with a dwarf planet, it's really interesting. With a dwarf planet, your gravity, with those planets, your weight, guys, is lower on... Your weight, if you're on different planets, is so much lower or so much heavier. Well, there's trillions of planets. Did you know Pluto would fit inside the moon? Yeah, it would fit inside the United States too. In fact, here, shall I find out what my weight would be on Pluto? Okay. Here you go, guys. So I'm 200. So I'm roughly 210 pounds. That's roughly 95 to 96 kg. I'm roughly 95, 96 kg. So 210 to 211 pounds. My weight on Pluto would be 13 to 14 pounds. My weight on Pluto would be, read my last comment. Well, I'm a 19-year-old entrepreneur from Hungary. I sell silicone stomachs to hospitals for £52 a piece. Yeah. Pluto. My weight on Pluto would be 13 to 14 pounds. So basically, it takes off 200 pounds. So if any of you guys are lighter than I am, your weight's going to be lower than that. Everyone put their weight in pounds in, and we'll find out what the mass is of every single one. Everybody. We'll find out what everybody else would be. £50 would be £25. No, lower than that. £50 wouldn't be 25. That would be half. That would be half the mass of Earth, but Pluto's a lot more than half. So everyone put their weight in either kg or pounds, and then we'll find out. Yeah, it'd be a lot more. I searched it up. Yeah, I put it up as well. I put what my weight would be in Pluto. So yeah, £210 would be 14 to 15 pounds, because here, the surface gravity on Pluto is only about 0.6 or 6% of Earth's gravity. It's only 6% of Earth's gravity. So £210 take times 0.06 would be £12. So £100, £200 on the moon would be £33. You'd actually weigh more on the moon. So on the moon you would weigh more. It would be here, your weight. I'm using a genuine site for this. Just here, ready? Here, enter your weight. Is it in? So here we go. Hold on. So on Mercury, I would be £79. On Venus, I'd be 195. I'd be 190.5. So it just takes off £20. On the Moon, I'd be 34. On Mars, I'd be 79.2. On Jupiter, I'd be 539. I'd be £530. On Saturn, I'd be 223. So Saturn's gravity is the same, pretty much similar to the UK's then. Saturn's gravity is similar to ours then. So I'd only be £3 heavier, £13 heavier. On Uranus, I'd be 186. On Neptune, I'd be 236, and on Pluto, I'd be 14.1. No, you're not 19, man. Well, you're 19, man. I'm 25. I'm not even. We are youth until 35. No. Your youth is 18. Minecraft is E16. Youth is 18. Youth is 18. Youth is 18. That's just America. It's not until you're 35. That's just America's weird political thing. It's 18 everywhere in the world. You're a grown man at 18. It's just you can't run for US president. It's not 35. When you're 35, you're like you've been an adult 17 years, so you're a grown man. The most like our gravity is Venus. Yeah. But yeah, so basically I've put my own weight in. And had a look. So yeah, on Pluto I would be £14. On Io I'd be 38. On Europa I'd be £28. On the Sun I would be £5,000. On a white dwarf star I'd be 200 million pounds. And on a neutron star, I'd be 29 billion. I'd be £29,400,000,000. It's 90% as strong as ice. Yeah. On the planet of the UK, I'd be 20 kg. Yeah, the UK's not the UK's not a planet. So there's some people that think that. The UN says 24. I don't. Yeah, what I meant, Minecraft is E16. When they say youth, the 35 thing is just because America have a policy that you can't run for US president till you're 35, which makes no sense because when you're 35, you've been an adult nearly 18 years. When you're 35, you've been an adult 17 years. Like, if you can vote in an election, you can run in an election. You'd be a shriven dead. I mean, yeah, I'm not going to the sun, Jesus. But yeah, like, but that's. So what if you were heavier than that? What if you? I know a guy that's like 420. I know a guy that's 420. So on Venus he would be 380. 158 on Mercury. 69 pounds on the Moon. So basically, he'd be 36 pounds heavier than me on the Moon, despite the fact he's more like he's double my weight. He's double my weight, and he'd be 30 pounds heavier than me on the Moon. 158, 1,000 on Jupiter, 446 on Saturn, 373, 28 on Pluto. Bloody hell. It's amazing. It's amazing. Yeah. Nah, it's everywhere at 18. It's everywhere at 18. That is true though, Swiss. That is true. There's a video of a girl the other year saying England's closer to, I don't know, maybe it's closer to Jupiter. What's next? Next thing you're going to tell me that Donald Trump's from the planet Vulcan. JD Vance is from the planet Pelican. Next thing you're going to tell me is God made cheese. You're going to tell me that Minnesota is actually on Jupiter. Missouri is actually from inside a black hole. But biologically, I'm still in my youth. What? Yeah, biologically, yeah, you would call it young adult. You wouldn't call it youth, because youth is more. Young adult is like 18 to 25. Young adult is 18 to 25, and then. Yeah, that is true. I would be a shriveled pancake. Oh, your bones would break. Your bones would break. Yeah, but that's the thing though. Like, yeah, it's only America that doesn't say you're an adult at 18. It's only America that does that. Everywhere else in the world, you're an adult at 18 years old. It's so weird. That America's weird. Like, you got to run for president. You can run for president at 35, but you can vote from when you're 17. Like the UK have it. Like the UK has it that you can run for PM at 18 years old. You can run as soon as you can vote. I'd have a chance to peer. There wouldn't be much there. Just you're gonna need a pair of sunglasses and some sun cream then. Actually, you can go there at night. Yeah, that'll work. You can go there at night. I'm going to save Decepted Server a second. Sorry, I just had a quick laugh. My friend's Discord server, I've just my friend's Discord server, he basically said no one's on, it's dead, so I've just put at everyone in the middle of his server. But youth to me is also a matter of what your body is doing. Yeah, interesting. The potholes of space. I like that, Smith. I like that. The potholes of space. What was I going to say a minute? Yeah, America changed it to 21, thinking it would stop driving accidents. But the UK, they thought it would stop antisocial behaviour. But I think America always get things wrong when it comes to that. I'd love to see the evidence of what that did. 18, changing it to 21. Like, they advocated for it, thinking it would stop deaths on the road by drink driving, but it tends to be older people. That drink drive. Like, I saw a video the other day from 1967 of a guy complaining about the drink driving rule coming in. It came out the day later. So tomorrow you'd be 3 times over the limit. And he turned around and said, tomorrow you'll be under the drink limit. He goes, yeah, well, are you going to start breathalyzing people in the streets? Because, a person walking home can cause an accident. It's really interesting, yeah, but it's a common sense. There was an advert that came out yesterday. There was an advert that came out yesterday. I wanted a grandfather clause to that, and we didn't get it. So a few months after, they switched up on me. Luckily, there are shops around that knew me and kept selling tobacco to me. Yeah, well, the UK have changed that now. The UK have changed it now, so the UK are bringing in a policy that everyone born after a certain date will never be able to buy tobacco. My grandparents died before I died, which... Oh... Yeah, that's sad. I mean, I understand that. I lost a grandparent too before I was born. I never knew my granddad on my dad's side. My granddad on my dad's side, I never knew him. So yeah, I know 100% how that feels like. Yeah, I've got my grandparents on my mum's side, guys, but yeah, my grandparents on my dad's side are gone now. Yeah, my grandparents on my dad's side. My nan died 2 years ago. My nan died almost 3 years ago. My granddad went 2 years before I was born. Silence, yeah. I do apologise, guys. My throat started choking. Oh. I gave a silence and then my throat packed in on me. I've even given us some Christmas lights. But yeah, it's a sad thing. May they rest in peace. Yeah. We're almost in 2026, guys. 21 days to them. Hello, Aura Belly. Welcome to the stream. 21 days, guys. 21 days till 2026. Yeah, I didn't mean to choke. United is top 6. I know. You knocked Everton out of 6th place. No! Everton was 5th until Palace won. Fulham was beating Palace 2-1 and had a goal ruled out, which I can't understand why it was ruled out. Yeah, Everton was 5th place until Palace scored a late winner, and Man United winning knocked Everton out of 6th place. But they were always going to beat Wolves. Like, Wolves at the moment, if Wolves lose to Arsenal at the weekend, that will be 16 games for them without a win. I told everyone that was important to me to thank you for being part of my 2025 online. Oh, thank you. Wolves are terrible, but that's because their ownership has gone ridiculous. Like Wolves for the last 3 years have struggled for goals. Wolves 2 seasons ago, Wolves had one of the worst goals. The year of the horse. The year of the horse. I don't know. They call it the year of the animal. It should just be. I want next year to be the year of Calamity of Joe. You were definitely the most important person to me on social media. Oh, thank you, Swiss. That's really kind of you. What is it that you guys like about my content? Is it the fact that I'm relatable, or I'm just somebody that doesn't care about taking the mick out of myself? Cunha was bad as well. Cunha's a good player. He single-handedly kept Wolves in the division the last 2 seasons. But Wolves struggled for goals. That was their problem last season and the season before. They struggled for goals. Wolves attacking Wolves look really good, but they need to sort themselves out defensively. I think Wolves could save themselves. But they got to sort out defensively. And you're like, you've just grown up. Yeah, well, I haven't. I wouldn't say I've grown up. Like, I don't think I've ever grown up. I don't think I'm ever going to grow up. You speak to us and you play Legacy. Yeah, but also as well, guys, I don't think I'm ever going to grow up. Like, I don't think you ever grow up, really. I don't think you ever really grow up. The only reason I remember the animal species is because I was born in the year of the dragon. Cool. What was 2002 then? Because I'm 2 years younger than you. What was 2002? The year of the... I don't know what my year was. I was probably the year of the dog or something. Well, they always say that, they always say that. There's a quote actually that says, that I was told by a friend of mine in college that never changed because I was always really joyful and humble. But even though I'm not really that joyful, I am joyful, but they're not 100% joyful all the time. But I love it, guys. Like, I love streaming. I love making people's days better. But as I said, guys, like, I am. Where is my? There's 2 sheep. There should be 2 sheep here. If they've despawned, I didn't expect you to still be live. I've only been streaming for 3 hours. Where the fuck is my sheep gone? I put 2 sheep in earlier on and did that. Oh, and one of the cows has gone too. You have mental health crisis. Oh, thank you. I've never set out to help people, but I love that I have. It's because as well, I go from a point that I was bullied a lot. So when I was some of your guys' age, some of the people on this stream, when I was your guys' ages, I was absolutely bullied a lot. Like, I got kicked down the stairs. I got kicked down a flight of stairs. Like, what time is it for you? It's like 7 minutes to 6. It's like nearly 6 p.m. Oh my god, my back. Almost 12. Yeah, so you're about 6 hours behind me. Yeah, it's nearly 6 o'clock. I started streaming on Bedrock when I was around about 12. Actually, it might have been 1 o'clock. It was exactly 6 hours behind me. No, I'm 6 hours in front. I'm 6 hours in front. I'm 6 hours in front. That's why I said you're 6 hours behind me. That's why I said behind me. Yeah, so I understand, because obviously I am. When I was a lot of you guys on this stream are probably taller than I was when I was 14. So when I was 13, I was 5. When I was 13, 14, I was 5'1". So I was I was really, really short when I was younger. Like, I was 5'1" when I was 6. A lot of you guys are probably taller than I was when I was 14. So when I was 14, I was like 5'1", 5'2". So I'd imagine everyone here is probably taller than that. Most likely. Am I right, guys? Am I right? I'd say so, because I think 5'2's. I think 5'2's low for 13, 14-year-olds now. Yeah. That's an interesting one. So basically, I was bullied for being short. So when I was like 15, and I had enough sitting in the hospital and got spent for a week. I'm 6'3". Yeah. So a lot of people here are taller than I was when I was 14, 15. So you always talk about people's height. Yeah, so I was saying about bullying. So yeah, I mentioned it. I've mentioned it to encourage. I've mentioned it quite a few times. I've mentioned it to encourage, to spread a thing about bullying, about how it's stupid. Yeah, so was I, Swiss. That's why I've mentioned it. Like you said about mental health, like I got bullied for the stupidest things, so I'm raising awareness of. So that's why I do it, Pixel King, because I'm trying to raise awareness here of. Don't be put down by the stupidest of things. Not short, I mean fat. Yeah, so was I. Well, I'll tell you what, I've got an even funnier one for that. To be honest, I've nearly got took out by a ceiling fan. So a couple of months ago, I was just bored and I was jumping up and down because I was bored, and I felt energetic. I felt like I wanted to have write something, so I jumped up and down a bit. I jumped up and I smacked my head straight on the door frame. I didn't realise the frame was there, so I jumped up, and next thing I feel is duff, bang, that hurt me head. I'm gonna force him to do collabs. Jesus, you do collabs, or you stay, or you're locked in the cellar. Oh yeah, I just it was funny. So obviously But yeah, so the reason I mention the height quite a bit is because of just bullying. Like, I've had people come on my streams, and because of bullying, they felt like ending it all. I've talked a few people out. I've had somebody on my stream literally saying thank you for being so kind to me before I end it all. And every single life has value. Every single life has value. Like, no matter what. Actually, to be honest, I was in a hotel the other year. I was in a hotel the other year because I went away on a trip somewhere for a couple of days. Yeah, that really hurts hearing that. But I talked them out of it on stream. But that's why I raise awareness of things like that, like bullying and things like that. Which is why I don't agree with things like Andrew Tate. I don't agree with people like Andrew Tate. My mum gets mad at me. She thinks that I lie all the time. But yeah, it's because I say it. It's a really British saying. I want to get that on a I want to get that on a. I want to get that on a mug. I want to get that on a mug and sell mugs, and it's just going to say hashtag TBH, and then underneath it's just going to say to be honest. I want to get another one with yeah, bullying is ridiculous. Yeah, so Andrew Tate's comment of, oh, what was it? Men shouldn't cry. Men should just stand up and be stoic and just get on with their jobs. Like if a man's upset and they don't cry, no wonder why the suicide rate for men is so high. Yeah, my buddy's in and then cross and then like a PNG and then it says to be honest. Yeah, I solemnly swear to be honest, I'm up to no good. I'm gonna do that. I might do that. I don't know. I might do it. I don't know yet. Perhaps I should just write. Perhaps I should write a book, and it's just gonna be. I'm gonna write a book, guys. I'm gonna write a book, and it's gonna be a half biography, half taking the piss, and it's just gonna be like Calamity of Joe quotes. Yeah, I can't stand him. And yeah, it is okay to cry. Like, yeah, I did think about doing that. I might do eventually. I don't know what I'm going to do then. But yeah, I might write a book. I've got one on the go at the moment. What version? Legacy Switch. Oh, my arm. Yeah, so talking about when I said about bullying though, like I had some horrific bullying. Like I got shoved in a box when I was like 13, 12. When I was about 12, I got shoved in a box and the box was thrown down a hill. Your book is on Wattpad. Cool. What did you write? Does anyone know what the version this is? Legacy Switch. I got shoved in a box and thrown down a hill. Honestly, so ironically, the bully that bloody organised it, was an absolute bitch. So he was acting all cocky. I'm lifting this box up, and he couldn't lift the box up. And then I hear, "You fat prick," and I'm like, I only weighed like 45 pounds. I only weighed like 60 pounds at the time, and he couldn't lift the box up. I only weighed like 60 pounds or something like that, and he couldn't lift the box up, and he was moaning about it. And then "You fat prick." And of course, 4 or 5 people lifted the box, and then I got tossed down a hill. Let's just say I think it stunted my growth because my back still hurt. My back still hurts from that. 10 years later. It's an adventure, an action called Oro of Mount Ocean. Cool. Is it like a fan fiction? Your accent turned Welsh for a second. Yeah, my accent is a bit of English and Welsh because it's quite close to the border. They're fatter than you. No, they weren't fat. They weren't fatter than me. Well, no, the one guy after we left school was shorter than me. All the other people were taller than me. But yeah. But it just happened to be 4 people lifted the box, and I got tossed down. But my back, it killed my back. But it's a fun old story to tell. Like, I don't care about bullying. So talking about Welsh, have you ever seen a Welshman on his wedding? Have you ever seen a Welshman on his wedding? Guys? Like, even though it's the happiest day of his life, he still sounds pissed off. I'm here to be on it. Right, ready? Right. My name's Michael from Abergavenny, and I'm gonna be honest. This is the happiest day in my life. Just because it's true. Like, if you see someone Welsh, you could be happy. They still sound pissed off. I love the Al Murray joke about it. He said, "A Welshman, it can be the happiest day of his life, and he still sounds pissed off." I'm like, 8 chapters, published story, 290 reads. Cool. I do have an account for WhatsApp. For WhatsApp. I do have an account for Wattpad. I never wrote anything on it. Just yeah, sounds like he's late to do something. What's the book's name? Are you talking to me or or Aura Belly? Because the books that I write they're on Amazon. I wrote Dawn of Planets: The Attack from Space, Dawn of Planets: Vengeance, Dawn of Planets: The Gathering Storm, and I have finished One's War. Welcome to the stream, everybody. Hello, David. Welcome to the stream. I'm saying the Welsh joke. What the joke I've just made? The joke I've just made about a Welshman, a Welshman at his wedding, happiest day of his life, and he still sounds pissed off. I'm like, well, yeah, it's a joke from a. Do you speak French? Bonjour, ça va bien, monsieur? That's the only thing I know in French. Sorry. I can say hello. My name's Joe in Russian. But yeah, so I'm a comedian called Al Murray, but his joke on thing, he was talking about Scotland in a thing. The jocks tried to fuck off. Scotland tried to claim in. Scotland did a referendum to become a separate country 10 years ago, and it lost. So Scotland's still part of the UK. And Al Murray's sketch in Scotland, he goes, the jocks tried to fuck off. He goes, I think if you love someone, if you I've always said, if you love someone, set them free. I love you, Scots. No, fuck off. I'm like, I love it. If you love someone, set them free. He said, all right, I love you, Scots. Now fuck off. I love him. Scotland mention. I love his joke about Scottish independence. If you love someone, set them free. I love you, Scots. Now fuck off. It's a great quote. Al Murray, British comedian. He's a really good historian, but he took the piss out of Scottish independence by saying, if you love someone, set them free. I love you, Scots. Now fuck off. I love it. It's amazing. Ghostbusters. Great film. Ghostbusters. I am afraid of no ghost. I can't do the song. I ain't afraid of no ghost. There's a ghost in the neighborhood. Who do you want to call? Ghostbusters. I ain't afraid of no ghost. I love David Tennant doing it in Doctor Who, and then he does all the noises as well. He goes, who do you want to call? Ghostbusters. I ain't afraid of no ghost. And then he does the voice as well. I love it. I even got a side story. My book had 14 chapters. Cool. You're going to call Ghostbusters. Called Queen of Kyan. Cool. Yeah, I love stories. So I'm working on a story at the moment. It's called The Circus of the Night. I am the police. Oh, I was writing a line for a book last night when the main character, Agent 1, says to someone in a later book, the main character of the Dawn of Planets series, Agent 1 says to someone in a later story, he's talking to this lady who's a suspect, and he says something to her, and she goes, shouldn't you be asking the government that? And he goes, I am the government, and I'm asking you. I thought, oh, that's a great quote. I am the government. Shouldn't you be asking the government this? I am the government, and I'm asking you. Joe, do you ever going to play with members? Well, I went on there this morning. And streamed on there, but the problem was my Switch started to lag on the realm, so I left it. So I switched to Legacy Switch. Switch does not have Legacy anymore. Basically, they stopped selling it a few years ago. It's because sometimes I'm running out of ideas at the moment. It's because if I'm talking to people in the in the stream, I forget what I'm doing. So basically, I will be building on streams, but sometimes if I'm streaming, I get sidetracked with what I was doing. But at the moment, I am running out of build ideas. I'm running out of build ideas, so to make a video for today's Christmas episode, I had to try and think outside the box. And I had to make some working Christmas lights because that's the only thing I could think of. I'm sort of out of blocks. I'm sort of out of ideas at the moment. Yeah, it's because I'm sort of running out of ideas. I just need to go to the toilet a second. I'll be back in a second. I have a Discord notification. You mean... No, it was more or less an order than a question. I'm just gonna... I just responded to Deceptive's Discord. I'll be back in a second. If we built an Oreo 200 blocks wide, that would probably be from here to... If we built an Oreo 200 blocks wide, it would probably be from here to that house over there. It would probably cover absolutely everything. It would probably cover absolutely everything. Oreo is my nickname. Cool. Do it. Well, we could try and do it, but 200 blocks though. What's cleaner, a bath or a shower? Neither. Some people will say shower, but you know, bathing is probably less hygienic than showering. But bathing is probably more comforting on your skin than showering. Bath is good for the soul. Yeah, I agree. I need some blocks. Guys, I want to build a Christmas wreath, but I can't find the blocks. Let's find out. Thank you for buying the channel membership. That's really kind of you. It gives you access to the realm for another month. Basically, that's how we're gonna do the realm, guys. We're gonna do it that you have to like renew it to play it, because it would be unfair on people that have paid for it and can't get in. So that's how we're gonna do it. Serious, 7, there's 2 feet of snow out there. I'm not showing in the rain. Yeah. I wouldn't expect someone to shower in the rain. 2 foot of snow. Fucking hell, that's a lot. Like what Pixel King said about 3 foot of snow. I'm like, 3 foot of snow is a lot. Like, the most snow I've ever seen was about 2 foot. About 2.5 foot. Well, apart from the time we had about 4 foot of snow, which was a lot. I thought you said you were going to bath in Elon Musk. I'm like, that's a bit bizarre. I misheard. Don't 4 foot in a 24-hour period. Yeah. The UK does have huge snowstorms, but they're becoming less frequent, but it's an interesting one. The UK, for example, had bad snow winters 40 years ago, and then it's like a cycle. The UK has good winters, then it has bad winters, then it has good winters. Yeah, the UK is an interesting one. It has good winters, then it has bad winters, good winters, bad winters. What was it? The worst winter we had was 2010. 2010. The last big winter we had was 2010, so roughly about 15 years ago. The last big winter the UK had was about 15 years ago. The last big winter the UK had was about 15 years ago, where basically schools were off for 3 weeks because, you know, car parks, they couldn't dig car parks out. They had to dig school car parks out with like diggers because of how bad the snow was. Because of how bad the snow was, they had to dig car parks out. One of my old teachers said to us about this, because I wasn't in this school then. This was when I was in secondary school. My teacher told us about it because this was 3 years before I started school there. But my teacher told us about it like a couple of years afterwards and said that was his greatest time as being a teacher. They would come in on a Monday, then they would be told to go home, and then for the next 3 weeks it was basically they were sat at home because they couldn't go in because they couldn't get into the car park because the car park was covered over by about 6 foot of snow. In fact, the last big snowstorm we had was in March of 2018 because I slept on my ass on the way to school. That was a fun night. But yeah, that was a fun night. That was a fun night. Yeah, I got sent home from school because it was that snowy and that cold. Like snow, the UK basically had something. There was a storm and it was from Siberia, Russia. And it basically came straight. It literally went straight through Northern Europe. I think the snowstorm went through Ukraine, Poland, France, Germany, Netherlands. It basically went through everyone. Broke 2,000 views. Congratulations! And I now have 22 subs. Cool. Yeah, the last big storm the UK had, literally. I think it went through Russia, Ukraine, Poland, Denmark, Netherlands, basically all of your more northern European states. This is it. This storm here. How many countries did it affect? This is the countries that this is the. In contrast to usual winter storms, Harmut was not formed as a normal low pressure area. The initial event was an Arctic outbreak caused by a polar vortex into Central Europe. But due to the lake effect, transporting not only cold air from Siberia, but due to the lake effect, sending heavy snowfall into Great Britain and Ireland. The highest winds was 116 miles an hour, and the highest snow was 22 inches, so basically 2 foot. The highest snow, but this was over like a day. But it happened to be that a storm had literally come through the day before, and then this massive storm system came through. It affected a lot of nations. It brought some of the coldest weathers the UK had had in 30 years. Yeah, so like the UK, for example, had the cold during this storm in 2018. It had the coldest weather in 30 years. It had the coldest weather in 30 in like, I think it was the coldest weather since 1987. I think the coldest weather since 87. I think it was in 1987. It was -18. This storm was -12. The coldest it's ever been in the UK was -30. Incredible. Alright, I might have a good rest of your day, Swiss. Thank you for watching the live stream. I am probably going to end this stream soon, though, because I've been streaming for 3 hours, and I streamed on Bedrock for like 2 hours as well. So I've been streaming for like 3 hours. My life is burners. Did I read that wrong? Oh. I didn't see the next bit pop up. With emojis. Hello the noob, welcome to the stream. Guys, we are literally 18 subscribers away from hitting 7,800, 7,600. I want to hit 8,000 by my birthday. And as it stands at the moment, we are 418 away. And there's 17 days, so I think we can do it. I think we can do it. I know we can do it. 418. So yeah, I want to say, guys, thank you guys for watching this live stream today, and I will see you all in the next one, because I'm ending the live stream now because I'm knackered. I've been streaming for almost 6 hours. So thank you for watching, everybody, and I will see you all in the next one.